We get a lot of emails here at the PeterPod Network about how we couldn't possibly know what we're talking about when we make jokes about the gay culture, the Native American experience, or when we criticize women. Apparently, as straight white men, they don't want to hear it from us. But when I tried to do it as a lesbian Indian princess, everyone got offended when I ended each sentence with, "Thank you, come again." Hello, and welcome to a show that likes to remind you that a man was once inspired by Jodie Foster to murder the president. That must have been some sweet, sweet strange. Here on the PeterPod Network!
To people who don't know who I am, to show at my special. That's bullshit.
Part of me really believes that. The other part is I just like pissing off people with kids, you know?
I'll tell you what. If you've seen him before, you're gonna want to see him again.
Sending this fashion statement says I'm having a good fucking time!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 30 of the PeterPod Network. Will in the back is here, and I am PeterPod, and I put out. This week, we are coming to you from the Four Wall Studio in chilly Greenfield, New Hampshire. And why Greenfield? Well, I've been here for more than a day now, and I still can't answer that one for you. Nice view around here, but this shitty podcast host needs a bit more. Thank God the hashtag legend is joining us for a brand new edition of Let's Do this week, so we can get back to doing what we do best. And that's letting other people carry the show for us for a few minutes. That's right, it's a whole new story time with the hashtag legend. Make sure to stay tuned for that one and also a whole new rant this week that really hit home for us here at the PeterPod Network. Make sure to check that one out and let us know what you think. Make sure to hit the subscribe button on whatever platform you're using to hear my horrible jokes while you avoid doing actual work. And of course, follow us on all the major socials. There are daily posts now on Facebook and Twitter every weekday morning to help you smile before you have to start your day. And maybe we can prevent your future office murder spree for just a little bit longer. Won't that be lovely? Also check out our Instagram and TikTok that we barely pay attention to. But for all of those of you out there who follow us on those platforms, we just set up the Facebook daily posts, so the rest are next. Remember, we are also on Amazon, Spotify, Samsung, and many more listening spots, so check us out. And as we always say, let us know how we're doing at the PeterPodNetwork at gmail.com. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't, and what else you want to hear. We always take a serious look at all suggestions. Hell, how do you think the Scientology trip happened? Because someone thought they were super cool and sent us on an opportunity for free content. And we picked that up like a Tom Cruise worshipping gift and ran with it like the guy who came in last place in the Special Olympics. At least he tried. Also check out the archives at PeterPodNetwork.com to hear all the full episodes and to hear the only music my mother won't listen to. Oh yeah, parental discretion is definitely advised. We are adding more songs every week, so keep checking back in for more from the sound company at the PeterPod Network. Now, before we get things rolling, I just wanted to point out a kind of funny thing that happens every time we don't do something. Case in point, last episode, episode 29. We refrained from talking about Melissa Cody, aka Mini Writer on OnlyFans, for all of you weirdos jerking off to pictures of melting hippos on the internet. And just like the last time we held off from speaking about old Horseface's truth, we got a shitload of emails from you fine folks out there in podcast fanland asking why the sudden stop. And honestly, we just kind of forgot. But holy shit, did you make sure we won't be doing that again? Like, seriously, holy fuck. The PeterPod Network received at least a dozen emails about not stopping our fun to make sure everyone knows what Melissa Cody, aka Mini Writer, has done when she used one man to cheat on another man while married to a third man the entire time. And of course, how she is literally hiding a child from a fourth man, whom she also used to cheat on her husband before they were married. And that one goes out to all you who wrote those emails. Rest assured, podcast people, you missed the drama and we apologize for keeping it from you. So, with that said, we won't be making that mistake again. Turns out for some people, as proven by email after email, listening to someone take random revenge on a whore is exactly what they want to hear. And for those of you who demand to hear more shots at the dumbest target to ever exist, we got you. And we got all the proof to have as much fun as we want. And, for those of you out here, here's a fun game. For those that know her and that are listening, and I think the email proved that there are more than a few of you out there, ask her to define the word conscientious. Then step back and watch her head explode. Now, I know a lot of you have listened and kept listening for the songs and the news, and I want to thank you for that. And honestly, I'm a little embarrassed that many of you seem to like the music and opinions. But as I said, the number of emails we got here at the PeterPod Network at gmail.com throughout the week really told us what else people are in for. including more than one of her friends and family, and as our time together has showed us, fellow assholes who just like to see a cunt called a cunt. And well, my friends, far be it from me to deny you what you like to hear. All right, I think we've all earned a little something for jumping down that rabbit hole. How about a rant? All right, right after this. It tastes like there's something wrong with what you served me. I just wanted to take my girl out for her birthday. Why did we go here? We could have gone anywhere. It don't smell right, it don't smell right, and it tastes like shit. And I said, don't try the fish. I said, don't try the fish. Dear God, help me, don't try the fish. What the hell is going on back there? Everybody goes down when they eat here. Rush for the restroom and I ran with fear. It don't smell right, it don't smell right, and it tastes like shit. And I said, don't try the fish. I said, don't try the fish. Dear God, help me, don't try the fish. What the hell is going on back there? Everybody knows now not to go there. The health department gave them a special letter. Now and then we'll try our luck, and then we find that luck's not enough. It don't smell right, it don't smell right, and it tastes like shit. And I said, don't try the fish. I said, don't try the fish. Dear God, help me, don't try the fish. What the hell is going on back there? What the hell is going on back there? It don't smell right, it don't smell right, and it tastes like shit. It don't smell right, it don't smell right, and it tastes like shit. And I said, don't try the fish. I said, don't try the fish. Dear God, help me, don't try the fish. What the hell is going on back there? What are the words to the song? I don't know, but I'll carry on, because I've got something to say. And here comes the rant of the week. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 30's edition of The Rant. And what are we talking about this week? Well, those of you who've been catching the news probably got a heads up on this one, so let's just get into it. What the fuck is up with PayPal? Did any of you hear about this? Motherfucking PayPal wants to be the thought police now, apparently, as word quickly spread and thousands of people quickly canceled their PayPal memberships when someone discovered that their new terms and conditions had a little clause that said if you spread misinformation anywhere in social media, they can fine you $2,500. Awesome, right? So, who decides what's misinformation? Because last time Facebook and Twitter tried something like this, 2 or 3 years later, we found out that the laptop was real and that the president's son really was smoking crack and shit. In the age where if someone doesn't like a picture of your family reunion, they report you. But now they can just report you for misinformation, and not only do they get to cost you a couple $1,000s, now they get to be an even bigger piece of shit than ever before. Thanks again, cancel culture. You are the inbred child of the Me Too movement, and you're showing off your extra chromosome quite vividly. And a big shout out to PayPal on this one. I mean, it takes big, gigantic fucking King Kong size set of balls to try to pull that one off. What other institution on earth can fine you thousands of dollars just because you said something they didn't agree with? I mean, besides every government on the planet except the one that gets accused of actually holding its people back. I've always found that one ironic. And also, how the fuck can you police people on different platforms? I would like that explained to me. Because does that mean that Facebook and the other major social media networks were willing to go along with this? Were they approached about this? I seriously doubt that PayPal would move forward with this if the places that they would be policing weren't willing to go along with it. I really hope that's just crazy off-the-wall Alex Jones type thinking, because otherwise, holy fuck. So please, send an email to thepeterpodnetwork@gmail.com if that makes sense to you. And if last week taught us anything, it's that a lot of you love to write an email if something occurs to you. And now we obviously have a lot of fans who've been cheated on, because there was a lot of hate for that girl that we had to read through. But fear not, true believers. Well, now that I think about it, you probably should still fear it, because while PayPal has now rescinded the expensive decision, saying that it was never supposed to be part of the rules, it was certainly fucking in there for at least a few days. And if you haven't realized it yet, they can say it wasn't supposed to be in the terms and conditions, but just the fact that it was only means that they were fucking talking about it. And obviously PayPal was talking about it seriously enough that someone wrote the motherfucking thing up and thought their bosses wanted it in there. But not just that, folks. Does anyone know why they rescinded the decision to fuck you over harder than when Hitler said, "Come on, everybody, you're gonna love our new camp. The showers and the sauna are to die for," if you get out of line? Did anyone else notice that they didn't come out and say it was a mistake until their stock took a giant fucking hit? The only reason they didn't want to be the thought police anymore is because so many people immediately dropped their service and their stock then took an immediate drop in value. It cost them money. That's the reason why they are suddenly so dumbstruck with their thumbs up their asses about this. Like the slow kid in elementary school who used to power walk in circles on the playground. Because that's what PayPal looks like right fucking now. And with that said, I'm all fucking worked up. Let's get to the news. What can you hear about this fucked up town? Only on the news. Hear it on the news. Did some crackhead run out into traffic? Find out on the news. Crack is a hell of a drug. Heard it on the news. Where's my beat? Yeah. Little team came in, find an alien, find out on the news. Is E.T. coming for me? Is your mother really your brother? Find out on the news. Mom, you got a lot of explaining to do. Hello, and welcome to the news. A Manchester private high school is dealing with its own troubles this week as a Trinity High School senior thought it was a brilliant idea to post a picture of his message to his homecoming date. The message reads, "If I was black, I would be picking cotton, but I'm white, so I pick you to be my date to homecoming." Which, as those of us with an education, and even those who don't, know that message was incredibly fucking racist, or at the very least, massively insensitive. And of course, these morons posted it onto the internet for everyone to see and judge. And the fucker's lucky they didn't get lynched. To see the pictures from this genius, because you have to assume it was the guy's idea since he was asking her, but to see this picture hurts my head like a late night at La Coretta. And instead of writing out the words cotton, he used a glue stick, which frankly he would have been better served to just shove up his ass. But he glued a bunch of cotton balls to the sign in place of the word, because, I don't know, it makes it less racist and mentally challenging. Now, I don't know about you, but we can kind of imagine him at the kitchen table making this horrible sign, sitting down with Mom having craft time. Mom's making holiday cards, the dog's laying by the fireplace, there's hot cocoa on the table, and Junior's making a hate crime. Ah, family. Now, as if the sign wasn't horrible enough, and I mean really fucking horrible, what is going on in your head to think that, one, once you post it on social media, how do you think it's going to go over? Because I see it going over like Trump at a Puerto Rican gay pride parade. And two, that the entirety of the black population of your school isn't going to be waiting outside for you after school in the parking lot. What the fuck is wrong with you? In other news, it appears the town of Sanborn needs to do a little more thinking when it comes to what people can do near a school. And thankfully now the shotgun shell fragments were found on the playground/parking lot of Sanborn Regional High School and Middle School, now they seem to get the message. Now I'm sure you're probably asking yourself, how the fuck did shotgun shells end up on a playground? Well, I'm glad you asked, my imagination-based questioner. Turns out the town of Sanborn, in all their wisdom, put a fucking hunting ground approximately 700 feet from the goddamn school. While the rest of the country is worried about nut jobs and wackadoos showing up to the school to create massacres that make the national news, here in New Hampshire, apparently, we have a higher likelihood of friendly fire at our goddamn schools. And as it turns out, there's also a housing development right next to the hunting ground, so to the folks who decide things in Sanborn, we here at the PeterPod Network salute you, because you are obviously out of your fucking minds. So we have some good news for those out there who are population control freaks. Turns out you don't have to go on that long-awaited mass killing spree after all. The recent report from the Department of Business and Economic Affairs Office of Planning and Development, damn that's a mouthful, well those folks have concluded that New Hampshire's population will begin to decrease in 2040 as the baby boomer generation takes its last breath and makes a little more room for the rest of us. From the looks of it, the report was actually made so the state can come up with a plan to derail the population from dwindling. So we here at the PeterPod Network are forced to ask, why? This is New Hampshire, one of the few places in the country that celebrates the fact that we aren't stuffed into our towns like Boston or Portland. We have a couple or a few cities with 100,000 plus residents, and I think we can speak for the rest of New Hampshire when we say, what can we do, beyond creating a mass tragedy, to bring 2040 a little sooner? People suck. And we all know it. Why the fuck would we need more? This has been the news. Worst rap in history. Yeah. Thank you, Tequila, for giving me in my need. I'm coming to you from a place that I just can't be. Spend all my money on some sweet Hennessy. I wander into traffic on my pants, there's some pee. Haven't changed my clothes in at least a week. Like I said before, on my pants there's some pee. Help me forget all these things that I should. Help me stumble around drunk down in my hood. Here I sit alone down the endless bottom. I'm enjoying myself stuck inside this bottle. Can I have a little more of this sweet, sweet drink? Yeah, I'm a little drunk, but it don't bother me. Part 2. Every day is coming like it will be the last. I just need a shot of Jack before I'm the past. They say that every day's a gift, so I drink it some more. I just want a little Jameson, so give me a pour. Me and my homies, we wander down on the street, and I got a little liquid muscling on my pants and some pee. I say it's alright if we go down to the bar. We can have a Manhattan and drink like a star. I said to myself, my drink has gotten too far, and it's time to be like Mario Kart when I'm driving my car. Yeah, I'm a little drunk from this sweet, sweet drink. Can I have a little more? What does Jim Beam think? Can I have a little more of this sweet, sweet drink? Yeah, I'm a little drunk, but it don't bother me. Can I have a little more of this sweet, sweet drink? Yeah, I'm a little drunk, but it don't bother me. Thank you, tequila, for giving me in my need. I'm coming to you from a place that I just can't be. Spend all my money on some sweet Hennessy. I wander into traffic, on my pants there's some pee. Haven't changed my clothes in at least a week. Like I said before, on my pants there's some pee. Help me forget all these things that I should. Help me stumble around drunk down in my hood. Here I sit alone down the endless bottom. I'm enjoying myself stuck inside this bottle.
Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da.
Let's do.
Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da. Oh shit! What are we doing again?
And we are back with another edition of Let's Do for episode 30. And who do we got again? That's right, we have the hashtag legend who is making his triumphant return after our adventures in Scientology. So, we were talking to the legend, and he was telling us, hey, I know this friend who's sick, and eventually we got around to the topic of, what would you do if your wife died?
I would definitely not look for somebody my age. I'd go after a middle-aged woman, 65, 70 years old, you know what I mean, that's got a nice bank account. Because what I got to do, munch it for one day a week, have a black card, get whatever hell I want? Hell yeah, that's what I'd do.
And of course, we mentioned to the hashtag legend, well, dude, just get a good life insurance policy on your wife. And after he reassured us that there is something there, this came out.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I got a few life insurance policies out of women out there I don't even know with my name on it.
And of course, we wanted to get away from that felony as fast as possible. And we asked him about his latest bike ride, actually, now that the chillier days are coming. And with the last few warm days left, well, we'll let the hashtag legend tell you himself.
Yeah, we went out. We had a good time. I had a few drinks here and there, and we took off and went up from... Actually, we ended up starting off at La Coretta, and then we went over to Ignite, had a few drinks, and then I ended up at the Red Arrow, and then my buddies called me, said they were down in Londonderry Dairy Line down to Stumble Inn, and so I was with my wife, and she was begging me not to go down there because I already had a bunch of Henny. So I told her I promised I wouldn't drink no more, and then we ended up getting down to Derry. She was fucking freezing. So we were sitting there in the bar, and my buddy started handing me Hennies and shit like that. Next thing you know, she goes, I'll see you at home, babe. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the Uber's in the parking lot. She was pissed off. She wouldn't ride with me. Told her I'd be right behind her. Showed up 3 or 4 hours later. It was a fun fucking night, let me tell you.
Well, at least you got that life insurance policy. So while we were interested very much in the hashtag legend, as always, because goddamn that guy delivers, but also we were hanging out with Ringy as well, who was there with the hashtag legend, and, well, Ringy wanted to tell us about somebody named Jackson Hutt. I don't know if you guys remember this from previous episodes, but we did tell you that we were going to get Ringy together to let us know about the newest urban legend to hit Manchester, New Hampshire. And, well, we do our best to try to keep our word. So, from the words of Ringy,
there's a man who comes out on the Goffstown Rail Trail when the moon is out. It's a legend. His name is Jackson. And there's a little hut. If you go down to the Goffstown Railway Trestle, go a little bit down a field towards the side, you'll find this little red shack. He's supposed to live in there and go out in the water. Don't get too close to him, though, because he has an axe.
And that, my friends, is one more reason why you too should, of course, stay in school. So, from the hashtag legend, that's right, PeterPod himself, who does still put out, and Ringy, this has been episode 30's edition of Let's Do.
Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da.
Let's do.
Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da. Oh shit! What are we doing again? Fuck.
All right, everybody, that has been 30 episodes of the PeterPod Network, and that's right, I said fucking 30. And I just want to say it has been amazing. This has been a wild ride. I love the support. We're a bunch of attention whores over here. And judging by the thumbs up I'm getting from Will in the back, next week we will be bringing you episode 31. I just want to let everybody know that we think possibly the month of January we're going to take off as we retool the show a little bit and get it ready for season 2 of the PeterPod Network. Possibly even a different name. We're not sure. We're thinking of making a few changes. But with that said, please know we're going to keep coming back with you, bringing you all the music, the opinions, and of course the fucking OnlyFans girls bashing that we always seem to bring. Whether you loved us, you hate us, you kept writing in and you kept us going. And you know what? It was fucking awesome. To the shithead who sent us the Scientology emails and the church and the gay for good stuff, just want to say thanks for contributing. That was fucking awesome. Free content always fucking helps. So, what do we got here? So, yeah, follow us on all the major socials. It's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember, we got those daily posts on Facebook and Twitter every weekday morning just to make it so you don't murder your office mates. As well, if you got to send us a message, send it to thepeterpodnetwork@gmail.com. That's right, include the THE, and you will reach us. We love to respond. We love everything you sent so far, so keep it going. We love the encouragement. We love the fucking weird-ass jokes. And even the STD shit, that was kind of interesting all on its own. We bitched about it, but then we talked about it, so it was kind of worth it. Make sure to check out the archives at PeterPodNetwork.com, the full episodes, the songs. We're going to be posting and updating that shit all the fucking time. Probably a little bit more now than we used to. So, from PeterPod, from Will in the back, and hell, even Gretchen, wherever the hell she is, I'm sure she agrees. Thank you all for supporting us and helping us continue to do what we do best, and that's piss off a lot of other people. So, have a great week. Get outside. Do something. Have some fun.